Welcome to the 2025 Dallas ISD Athletic Hall of Fame. I'm Alexis Farrell, and today I have the pleasure of introducing an inductee who has had an amazing track career. Her name is Lauren Blackburn. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Now let's get right into things and let's talk about your childhood. I wanted to know, have you always grown up in Dallas ISD?
I have. I've grown up in Dallas ISD. I started off at Harry Stone Montessori Academy from kindergarten all the way through 8th grade.
Wow, sounds great. And so when did track become a part of your life?
I actually got involved in track and field when I was 4. 4 is the youngest that you can get started in those kind of things. And it was actually my daycare teacher that scouted me. Her dad had a track team, and she was like, you know what, I think you should try it out and see how it goes.
Awesome. And would you say you fell in love with it from that point on?
Oh, absolutely. I loved it, and I stuck with it all the way through college.
Absolutely. So let's talk about your love for track. So you get to Sunset High School and you become a part of the team. How was it that you became in love with it, even though it's an individual sport?
That's a good question. It just came so natural to me. It felt like I had a lot of energy growing up, and that was like the one thing I could focus all of my energy into. And being an only child for so long, I was so used to being like on my own, and having like a team around me, and the camaraderie felt really awesome. And it was something that I didn't really get until later in like middle school and high school years.
So I'm guessing around middle school you began to take it seriously. Mm-hmm. How was your family? Did they support you?
Oh, absolutely. My parents were there at every track meet ever since those young little days when you couldn't even stay in a lane. So they stuck with me the entire time.
Absolutely. So you're at Sunset, you're a freshman, you're on the team. How was your experience there at Sunset?
I actually didn't get to Sunset until my junior year, and they were very welcoming. They didn't have like a huge track team. I actually helped bring some more people into it and get them involved, because there's no track at Sunset. Like, you have to go off campus to do those kind of things, so that wasn't like one of their top sports, but it was amazing. They embraced me. Coach King, she was the athletic director at the time, and she just really embraced me and supported me as well.
Can you speak to one of those memories you have with Coach King on how she embraced you and how she inspired you to just keep going?
I know that just me personally, I am very inward. I'm not a big people person. I'm very, very, very shy. And she kind of helped me bring me out of my shell a little bit. And whatever I needed, I could always rely on her to help me with anything that I wanted.
Awesome. And how would you describe yourself back then in the classroom?
Oh, I was very studious. My mom is an educator, so she did not play when it came to the academic sides of things. And so I was very involved and took it very seriously. And I really poured, I guess, the same amount of energy into athletics as into the classroom.
Because they're equally important,
yes.
Right?
You're a student first, as they always say, a student athlete.
Student athlete, exactly. So your senior year is at Sunset, and you actually win the state championship there for the 100-meter hurdle, right?
Correct.
Okay, so how did that make you feel? Let's talk about the steps it took you to get there.
It was very rewarding, I would say, because like I've been running track my entire life. I've been running hurdles since I was 9, and that was just one of the like bucket list accomplishments that I wanted to achieve, and it felt amazing. And just being able to bring that to Sunset, who hadn't had a state championship in like quite a long time, it was very rewarding.
Awesome. So once you did it, once you accomplished that during your junior year, was it like, I got this my senior year, or do you feel like you had to work equally, if not more, harder than you had to in your junior year?
Definitely harder, because I'm very competitive and I always want to beat like my previous best times. So that's like something about the sport. It is individualistic, so you have to always want to better yourself in those kind of things. So I was shooting for, like the state record for something, and yeah, that's what I wanted to accomplish in my senior year, and I was so close to getting it in the 300 hurdles, and just looking back at it, it was like something I was like, oh shoot, I'm always hard on myself, but it was very rewarding.
What you just mentioned, that story about almost getting and winning or breaking a record, that is, in 300-meter hurdles. Looking back on that moment, what is a lesson that you learned from that?
always give it your all. Like my coach would always say, like, make sure you run past the finish line. And I was just so happy in that moment that I was like, oh, I finally did it. And, you know, like, this is my last year. I gave it my all. I'm going to college doing this. And I don't really have that many regrets, but that's one like little nitpicky thing that was like, oh, could have had it.
Yes, for sure. So talk to me a little bit about you being featured in the Dallas Morning News for like the Women Track Athlete of the Year. Mm-hmm. I believe that's what it was. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I believe so. That it's also humbling. Like I never thought I'd be here in this position doing this interview with you, and so like at that age, seeing myself in the newspaper, I'm like, that's awesome. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, I'm sure your family was extremely proud of you.
Oh yes, my mom has like all the cutouts of all the newspapers. They're all turning yellow, but she's very proud. She's kept every single like award and like medal, participation ribbon, and so she has all the cutouts and the printed photos and all of the things.
You have to keep that type of stuff.
Yes.
You have to keep record of it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about your transition over to the University of Southern California. Do you feel like Dallas ISD did a good job preparing you both in the classroom and on the track to make that transition?
Oh, absolutely. As far as like academics, USC is a private school and has top accolades in that sense. But yeah, I feel like it was a smooth transition. It was easy. I know a lot of people struggle when they go into college and just like the workload and things like that, but I feel like I was able to balance it. I know my senior year I did like the dual credit courses, so I think that having that accessible to me helped a lot. I just want to spark hope in people, and like Sunset hadn't had a state championship in, I think it was like 50 years, and just because like you don't see like the things laid out in front of you, or somebody hasn't done it in your tenure of you being there, like doesn't mean that it's not possible. Like you can definitely do it if you put your mind to it.